And welcome to Just for Clicks. I am Maka Buckcaster. We are joking, we're punning, we are trolling, we are doing whatever it takes to make people laugh at the end of the day. Not really, that's just who I am. But on today's show, we're going to beat that dead horse some more. We're going to talk about Kareem Hunt. We got some more NBA picks. We got some more NCAA men's basketball picks. And we're just going to maybe go on a rant. All that much more right after the intro. Just for clicks. All right, guys, and welcome back to the show. And first things first, we're gonna beat that dead horse. We're gonna feed that horse that's already fed. We're gonna pull that tooth that is brand new. Whatever you want to say, we're gonna talk about Kareem Hunt again. Yes, I know it has been tore up and down. Everybody has talked about it. ESPN, RTF Sports Talk, Fox News, CBS, MSNBC, etc., etc., etc. Every podcast, every sportscaster in America has talked about this Kareem Hunt thing. But me being from Kansas City, being a Kansas City fan, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it. As you guys know, last Friday, I believe it was, a video surfaced from TMZ that Kareem Hunt assaulted a female. What TMZ said that he beat her up and kicked her and whatnot. If you guys have seen the video, yes, he did kick her at the very end, but there was no beating up. There was a shove, there was a tripping and falling into the girl, and then at the very end, he kicked her. So ultimately, that is probably what got him waived or suspended / kicked off the team, was that kick. Okay. Since then, it is now 5 days since that video has surfaced. Since then, 2 more videos have came out, or incidents, with Kareem Hunt. One back in January, and I believe another one was in January as well. I'm not for sure when that other one was. That one was new to me. I did know about the one in January because I was there when it happened. I seen it happen. But nonetheless, this is kind of a message to every person that is interested in playing in the NFL, that is in the current NFL, or just high school players that are looking to go to college, etc. When you guys leave the comforts of your home, when you have people over at your home, expect to be on camera, okay? We live in a day and age that people are so jumped to get on their cameras, post it to social media, just be disrespectful to, if you are acting a fool, expect it to be out there in the media somehow, some way. That is just a day and age that we live in. Expect it. So what I'm trying to say is, watch your fucking P's and Q's. Yes, we all do stupid things. Me living in the age where cameras were not as popular as they once, as they are now. I could get away with doing dumb things. I could get away with, getting drunk on a Friday night in high school, doing stupid stuff, getting in fights, it was easier to do it back then. Nowadays, if you leave your house, expect you're on camera. They got street cameras. They got cameras at banks. They got cameras at the post office. They got cameras in the high school. They got cameras in college. Expect to be on camera. So, before I went into that rabbit hole there, Kareem Hunt has now been three total incidents have now surfaced. Okay, well, none of which he has been charged for. Dating back to January to March, there's been 3 incidents that he has been involved in, per se. He is now on the commissioner's do not perform list. I believe it's called the exempt list or something crazy like that. Basically, he can't play or practice until the commissioner says so at the end of the day. Basically, what is happening is they are working out all these suspensions, which is now likely going to be probably all of next year, to be honest with you, if he ever gets to play again. Like I feel he's going to kind of get blackballed by the NFL for these situations. Thank you, TMZ, for taking another great player out of the league way too soon. We definitely appreciate you on that front. I mean, am I condoning what these athletes do? No. But at the end of the day, we're all human. We all make mistakes. Why should a publication like TMZ broadcast this stuff all over the airwaves just because somebody got pissed off? Somebody's looking for a little extra money. So, hey, let's go to the security cameras and post. Whatever. Like, I don't want to go into that again today. But what I want to get into is Kareem Hunt, your career is probably over, my friend. Even though you have not been charged with anything, you were never arrested, you were never put on probation, you never even went to court for any of these situations, and your career is over simply because people are money hungry. That they want a little bit of cash, they want a little bit of hush money. It is kind of like when what was it? Who was the first major actor that got taken down for sexual assault? Was it Bill Cosby or something like that? And then like 15 or 16 more celebrities went down with the sexual assault charges or attempts or what's the word I'm looking for? Accused. People accused them of sexual assault. Very few of them were found guilty. I believe the only ones like Bill Cosby and like a few others. The dude that plays House of Cards, that weird guy now. Even though I do like him in 21 and House of Cards and whatever else he's in, he's a pretty good actor. But at the end of the day, Kareem Hunt was never charged for anything. He didn't kick that woman that hard. He actually probably missed, honestly, because he was getting drugged back and his leg flung out. The incident in January at a nightclub, that was just a typical drunken banter night and altercation. So, Kareem Hunt, I have to tell you that your career's over, man. They are going to Ray Rice you. They're going to blackball you. They're going to Greg Hardy you. Every person that has been ultimately kicked out of the NFL before proven guilty of anything. So, thank you, Kareem Hunt, for your little while at Kansas City and in the NFL. Hopefully, you were not done with your money. Hopefully, you have some investments because you don't even get a retirement because you're only there for 2 years or a year and a half. So, Kareem Hunt, we'll catch you at Walmart on the next time. All right, guys. So let's move on to the association's picks of the day here. I didn't do too well on Monday. I didn't pick any games on Tuesday. Here on Wednesday, we have a pretty good slate of games going on here. First up, we have the Denver Nuggets at the Orlando Magic. The Nuggets they're starting to surprise some people here. They are 16-7 on the season, 7-4 on the road. Orlando Magic is 12-12, 6-6 on their home court. Both teams are solid basketball teams in my opinion. They seem to distribute the ball well. They don't really have that one standout guy per se. I think the highest score on both teams is 20 points, which is Varix, which he is the center for the Magic. He's also averaging 12 rebounds a game with 2 block shots, which those are really good stats. I guess looking at that, like, damn, I'm kind of surprised over that. But the Denver Nuggets are favored by 5 points tonight. Denver Nuggets, I mean, I don't know. Whew. I'm going to have to go with Orlando Magic on this one. Orlando Magic will win outright, therefore they will be covering the spread because they're supposed to lose by 5. So Orlando Magic at home tonight over the Denver Nuggets. Next up, Washington Wizards versus the Atlanta Hawks. Wizards are 10-14 on the season, 3-9 on the road. Hawks are 5-19. 3-8 on the road. The only reason why I'm picking this game is because I want to watch what John Wall and Trae Young do tonight. Trae Young is starting to come on fairly strong. He's averaging 16 points a game. Washington is favored 4 points on the road. I'm going to pick the Hawks in this one. I don't know why. Every time I pick the Hawks, they've let me down. And actually, looking at the injury report, John Wall is day to day, so he may not even play tonight. They are coming off a off night. So I expect John Wall to play, but if he doesn't, Hawks definitely. The Wizards just they aren't a very good team. There's a lot of eyes and me's on that team. So give me Hawks over the Washington Wizards. And the final game of the night that I'm going to pick, you have the Philadelphia 76ers 7-18, 4-7 on the road, taking on the hot Toronto Raptors. They're 20-5, 10-3 on the season. The Raptors did play Golden State last time that we checked. That was I'm sorry, they played the Nuggets, which I did pick the Nuggets to win, but they end up losing that game. The 76ers have won 4 of the last 5 games, along with the Raptors as well. Raptors are a 6.5-point favorite at home. Kawhi Leonard is leading the Raptors, obviously, with the 25.5 points per game. Joel Embiid is leading the 76ers at 27 points per game. But the 76ers have Ben Simmons. They have Jimmy Butler. But give me the Raptors at home. The Raptors are going to become, I think, my pick in the East. They were a number 1 seed last year, so it's really not that big a stretch. But they are a different team. They are an improved team. They are a hungry team right now. So give me the Philadelphia Sixers with the points. So I think they're going to win by 10 tonight. 10. Give me the Raptors by 10. Now let's move on to the quote-unquote amateur ranks of the hardwood here. We're going to go to the men's basketball here. Scrolling through the games. We got to go with the Big Ten games. I like how the Big Ten starts their conference games so early. It makes late November, early December less boring in the basketball world. We have number 19, Ohio State, 7-1, taking on an Illinois team that's 2-6. Ohio State is favored by 5.5 on this one on the road. Fraser is the leading points for the Fighting Illini at 14.5, while Weston is leading scorer for Ohio State at 14.5. Looking at the past 5, Ohio State has won 4 of their last 5, while Fighting Illini had lost 4 of their last 5. Quite notably losing to Iowa State, Xavier, Notre Dame, and Nebraska. Ohio State is ranked number 19th in the country, but they really haven't played a lot of anybody. They did beat a Minnesota team, which is a very, like I said, they're a very good Minnesota team. Lost to Syracuse, which is a very good Syracuse team. But other than that, they really haven't played up. They played Cleveland, Sam Houston State, and SCST. I'm not for sure who that is. I don't know. It's probably South Carolina S&T or something like that. But nonetheless, I'm taking Ohio State, but I'm taking the Illini with the points. So meaning Ohio State they will not cover the spread and win by 6. They'll win by 5 point. They'll win by 5.5 points or less. I think it's going to come down to a final shot. 3 or 4 points at the end of the day. So give me Ohio State outright, Illini with the points. Moving on. I'm going to stay in the Big Ten because, like I said, I like the Big Ten basketball right now. I like the conference play. We have number 24 Nebraska, 7-1 on the season, taking on a Minnesota team that's 6-2. Like I've been saying, Minnesota is highly underrated right now, guys. You guys need to watch out for this Minnesota team. Nebraska is favored by 3.5 points 3.5 points in this game. Murphy for the Golden Gophers is averaging 14.5 points a game. Palmer Jr. 18 points per game. If you guys have not watched this guy from the this Palmer guy from the Huskers, he is something special. He is very fun to watch. He is high energy, and he kind of reminds me of Trae Young a little bit last year. Looking at the last 5, the Huskers they have won 4 of the last 5, beating Illinois, Clemson, WIU, losing to Texas Tech. The Golden Gophers have lost to Ohio State, beat Oklahoma State, lost to Boston College, beat Washington, and beat SCU. With all that being said, I like Minnesota at home tonight. I think that Gopher crowd is going to be crazy. It is a 9 o'clock tip-off on the Big Ten Network, so they're going to be good. They're going to be excited. They're going to be well in prime cheering format per se. Nebraska is just not a basketball school, guys. Every time I see Nebraska in the top 25 in basketball, I kind of get excited. I'm like, oh, there's a new guy breaking into the top 25, and then they lose the next 2 of their 3 games. Every time I get excited, they start losing. So don't buy into the Cornhusker hype yet on this number 24 ranking. Give me the Golden Gophers, like I said, tonight. 9 o'clock tip-off on the East Coast here on the Big Ten Network. So be sure to join in to that game here. It's going to be a great game. Give me the Golden Gophers. All right, guys, so that's going to be today's show here. It's a little short and sweet. I just want to get that cream thing, that cream hunt thing off of my chest a little bit. We are going to start amping up the production here on the Just for Clicks page. The RTF studio should be put back together here after our little storm that we had here in southern Indiana. So the production level is going to be up. The shows are going to be start coming out. We're shooting for 5 to 7 times a week here, guys. So be sure to follow us on whatever podcast streaming you're listening to. Is it iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Amazon, Spreaker, etc. Whatever you're listening to, be sure to rank us. Be sure to share this with a couple friends, and be sure to subscribe. Just to help me out as a person. So with all that being said, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk a little college football playoff. We're going to talk about how Oklahoma can beat Bama. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.